couple of days ago, the singer David got arrested for a murder of a Celeste, as you know, from like 7, 8 months ago. All that happened, that he killed a 14 years old girl that he was with, and we have an update on this case. And I'm reading right now that singer David arrested on a suspicious of murder teenage girl.
Announcing that David is being charged with the murder of Celeste. I had little to no faith that they had enough to truly get a conviction out of David. But after watching this press conference, I really don't have faith in LAPD, in the DA, in the state. I have no faith at all they're going to truly get a conviction and give Celeste justice. And it's not because I think David is innocent. I think David is 100% guilty. I think David is one of the most vile, evil human beings we have ever witnessed on earth. But unfortunately,
the police not gonna do anything. That's the problem.
Evilness comes with some genius. And when you give a gore-obsessed true crime super fan 6 months to cover up a murder minimum, you probably gonna have
to he will do anything to now cover up. Like 6 months. That's crazy. That's a long time.
Do some extreme police work to figure out what really happened. And I don't think that extreme police work has taken place, because we still don't.
Like, he can hire a private investigator and remove all the proofs or all the other stuff that they can find, you know?
I don't know what happened. So excuse me, by the way, if I'm a tad bit frustrated after I watch a press conference where they're announcing first-degree murder charges against somebody, but yet these people are refusing to say he murdered her. Again, slow it down and truly understand what I just said.
Yeah.
They did a press conference to announce first-degree murder charges, but yet the detective, the police chief, and everybody involved deliberately went out of their way the entire press conference to not say David murdered Celeste. They, in turn, says the last time she was found alive was in David's house, and that's as far as they were willing to go. They did not say David murdered Celeste the entire press conference.
Ms. Rivas was a reported runaway from Riverside County. During the course of our investigation, detectives learned that she had been involved in a sexual relationship with Mr. Burke when she was a minor and he was an adult. On April 23, 2025, Ms. Rivas arrived at Mr. Burke's home in the Hollywood Hills. That's the last time she was known to be alive. On September 8, 2025, Ms. Rivas's dismembered and badly decomposed body was discovered in the front trunk of Mr. Burke's impounded Tesla. From that moment forward, our investigators face an extraordinary, difficult, and complex case. The condition of her remains delayed the medical examiner's ability to be able to determine cause of death. The substantial amount of time that passed between her death and the discovery meant that crucial evidence had degraded or disappeared.
Degraded or disappeared.
And as detectives worked to uncover the truth, they also had to sift through and debunk a great deal.
On April 23, 2025, as been alleged by the complaint, Celeste, a 14-year-old at that time, went to Mr. Burke's house in the Hollywood Hills. She was never heard from again.
The language was, she was last seen on this day. Last seen doesn't mean that's when she was murdered. And I feel like if you're going to charge somebody with premeditated murder, you will at least have to know the day she was murdered. I feel like knowing the day she was murdered should be the literal foundation of where you built this case on top of.
Yeah, but they don't even know when she got murdered. Like, crazy. And they are giving all that speech and all that shit.
Oh, I mean, she was last seen on April 20th. Yeah, this weirdo could have kept her tied up in the basement.
Yeah.
Went on tour and have...
Yeah, maybe a month later, he killed her.
Somebody else
You never know. Yeah, exactly.
Right? That could have been that. So why don't we have more specifics? Why don't we have a day when she was murdered? Y'all talk to everybody involved in this situation. Y'all put the heat and the pressure. Y'all told us. We ain't know. Y'all told us. Oh, she was in the grand jury. Oh, she was giving it to them. Oh, she had them ready to cry. So she had them ready to cry during the interrogation, but she ain't get a day out of David homies yet? It doesn't make sense at all to me, man. Now, again, it's not a big deal. They didn't say out of their mouth David murder Celeste ever during his press conference, but if they're charging him with first-degree murder, do they really need to? Now, they are charging him with first-degree murder. They're charging him with lewd acts with somebody under 14, which, amazing, he should, because he's a creep as well. Now, they're also adding special...
everybody knows that David killed her, but they are just not doing their job, collecting enough evidence. Now they're saying that the evidence degraded or they're missing whatever. Like,
circumstances to this, which is, you know, is almost going to make it impossible for him to get out of jail on bail. But here are the actual charges they're charging David with.
As we will show in a court of law, and what I also want to make sure about that the understanding of these charges is clear, is my description of these charges is not evidence that we are going to present in court. These charges, in fact, will not be evidence in the court. Evidence will be the witness testimony, the documents, and different types of admissible testimony that we will admit into court in the prosecution, and if it leads to the eventual trial of Mr. Burke, to convince a jury of 12 people beyond a reasonable doubt that each and every one of these charges is true, as well as the special allegations and circumstances that have been alleged. So what you have as well with these charges is that, again, there are 3 sets of charges that have been brought. The first-degree murder with special circumstances, and again, those special circumstances are lying in wait. That Celeste went to Mr. Burke's home on the night of April 23rd, 2025, as alleged in the complaint, at his invitation, and again, was not heard from again. The second is a special circumstance being that this murder was committed for financial gain. As the evidence will show in court, the financial gain was for Mr. Burke to maintain his very lucrative musical career that Celeste was threatening on that particular night. The third charge, in addition to lying in wait and for financial gain, is murdering a witness to an investigation. In this particular case, as the evidence will come out in court, the witness to the investigation was Celeste. And the investigation was into the lewd and lascivious sexual acts committed by Mr. Burke that is the subject of count 2 of this complaint with Celeste while she was...
So pretty much they are saying that he was with a minor, but we don't have enough evidence to charge him for the murder. That's it.
He's under 14 years old.
Here's the good and here's the bad. I like the fact that they're swinging for the fences. It sounds hypocritical. If I'm saying y'all don't have enough, why would y'all charge him right now? I would say I like the fact that they are not just taking, right, like the cheap way out. And the cheap way out would be, hey, Judge, we don't have enough for murder right now, but we know this creep was victimizing this underage girl, right, before she...
This is the footage from the hearing. David pleads not guilty, demands immediate preliminary hearing.
Deputy District Attorney Beth Silverman.
That's David.
Thank
you can see.
And counsel, on behalf of your client, do you waive formal reading of the complaint, advisement of rights, including armed forces and veterans' rights, enter a plea of not guilty, denying any and all special allegations, enhancements, and priors?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're requesting a preliminary hearing within the period?
Yes, Your Honor. From the media reports, apparently there have been 4 months of secret grand jury proceedings. We believe that Mr. Burke is entitled at the earliest opportunity to an open preliminary hearing and the proceedings not be done in secret. So we are asking for a preliminary hearing to be set at the earliest possible date on the 10th day. Your Honor, we believe the actual evidence will show David Burke did not murder Celeste Rivas Hernandez, nor was he the cause of her death. And we would like to be able to have the evidence come into the light of day at the earliest opportunity in order to establish that. We're asking for April 23rd as a 3 of 10, Your Honor.
A couple of days later.
We'll be very happy to put on the evidence that we've collected in this case in the last several months.
Thank you. So the matter will be set, plea of not guilty has been entered on behalf of Mr. Burke. The matter will be set in Department 105. The matter is ordered assigned to Judge Charlene Almeida in Department 105 for all purposes by the judge of the supervising judge of criminal.
Yes, Your Honor. If I may just put on the record, we have, as soon as the people arrived, delivered a informal discovery request consistent with Penal Code Section 1054. We have been given almost no discovery thus far. We've received a 3-page follow-up report, no autopsy report, and a copy of the complaint. And we would ask the people respectfully to produce discovery at the earliest opportunity.
Your Honor, as I've indicated to counsel, there's approximately 40 terabytes of discovery in this case. Moreover, in order
40
to
terabytes.
the transcripts from a grand jury investigation, counsel has to file a motion. She knows the way the system works. I'm not able to gather those. They have to be provided after the court orders them released because it was an investigation. Second of all, if counsel plans on going to
So they don't have the
10
footage.
days, it is unlikely that there will be very much discovery provided within that period, given the voluminous nature and how long it's going to take to copy onto drives. In addition to that, the coroner's report was sealed in this case in order to prevent it from hampering truthful testimony from witnesses that testified at the grand jury. So an order will also have to be obtained in order to get the coroner's department, which is now the medical examiner's department, to release those materials.
Your Honor, it's surprising news given that the District Attorney's Office held a press conference this morning where they discussed the cause of death, apparently under seal and not released by the coroner's office, as did the robbery homicide unit to the press. So we would again reiterate, we believe that Mr. Burke is entitled to discovery. We have served the people with notice. They have 15 days to produce discovery in this case. We would ask that they do that in conscientious earnestness and as quickly as possible.
I'd ask the court to make an order today. We'll take a copy of the minute order ordering the Department of Medical Examiner to release their coroner's report in this case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The court will order that the medical examiner release the report in this case forthwith.
Thank you.
The matter is set in Department 105, as the court indicated, April 23rd, 2026, as a 3 of 10 prelim. Anything further?
So pretty much he's not guilty for murder because they don't have enough evidence, or previously, in the previous video, they said the evidence degraded or whatever. So yeah, that's